Hello, hello, and welcome to Awaken Your Human Design. My name is Moni. This is Danny, and today we are continuing our Holidays in Human Design series. We're going to be talking about Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving it is. It's got some interesting gates. I was asking beforehand, what do these gates have to do with Thanksgiving? And then it became abundantly clear.
Abundant is an appropriate word for Thanksgiving.
Thus I picked it.
Oh, how fun. If you'd like to book a reading with either Danny or myself, check out the QR code above me, or it's also down in the description
Hmm.
box below. And you can use code AWAKEN to save 10% off on your reading. And you can hang out with us when you talk about your chart and help you out with some stuff. And if you've been getting a lot out of our show, if you've been learning a lot and you'd like to help encourage us and support us, here's a link to our donation. There's a QR code, and the link is down in the description box below. And we thank you very much. And thank you
Please
to
feel free to donate, right? It's helpful. We do pour out a lot. I appreciate everything you can do.
everyone who is liking, subscribing, commenting, hanging out with us. We love having you, and let's get into it. So, Thanksgiving is the fourth Thursday in November. It coincides with gates 34 and 20, as well as 9 and 16. So, kind of depending on how it lines up for the month. So, 34 and 20. The 34 is in the sun, the 20 is the opposition. It's about busyness, it's about being busy in the moment and the now. The 9 and the 16, the 9 is about details, the 16 is about enthusiasm. So there's a lot of details and focus, as well as a lot of excitement and enthusiasm to have a party and all the things that you need to do to plan it and make it happen.
So when it comes to the 34 and the 20 and the 9 and the 16, think about what this does for Thanksgiving. I'm busy. The whole kitchen is busy. It's busier than on Christmas, frankly. It's a time where even more people will tend to be around. And 9 and 16, the enthusiasm of 16 to get together for Thanksgiving seems more appropriate on Thanksgiving again than even on like Christmas or New Year's. And this focus, Thanksgiving dinner is a focused, ordeal, and you got to be in it with the perseverance that reads with this gate, as it once it hooks on to the taming of it all. So we are busy putting it all together. The plan is coming out, and we're relatively enthusiastic about that. And it fits with the history of Thanksgiving because we were very thankful for plenty of the giving at one point when food wasn't so easy to come by in the beginning of this country, for instance, which started the Thanksgiving story in the first place. So I think it fits. Walk into Thanksgiving and you tell me you don't see busy 3420 and with all kinds of pertinent aspects to all very details, 16 and the 9. Tell me they aren't there on Thanksgiving, and I'll tell you you're probably not at a Thanksgiving dinner. Bona fide Thanksgiving dinner.
And for our incarnation crosses, this can kind of cross through like the sleeping phoenix, the cross of power, duality, and definitely the cross of planning. And so you can see with like the sleeping phoenix, it's power and intimacy directed by spirit, which serves humanity, busyness as a display of charisma and power in support of community, bridging dilemma, duality between individual selfishness and communal responsibility. That feels very Thanksgiving-y, relating to service to humanity and communal responsibility, and the enthusiasm focused on pertinent details. And also kind of interesting is if you look at the opposition of when it's Thanksgiving, it's actually Memorial Day when it's the 20 and the 34, which is also very, very busy and
Very
enthusiastic and a lot
busy.
of details.
Yep.
Yeah, and so ultimately, I feel like Thanksgiving is gratitude in the now.
Yeah, beaches open, everything starts on Memorial Day, essentially. Yeah, and it's a great place for it to be opposite on the calendar. They really go together. When you add in the actual crosses and you bring in the spirit of 55 for Thanksgiving, and you bring in the intimacy and the bonds that start in gate 59, right? They're generated into the solar plex, and that generates the rest of the bonding for all of the streams of awareness that go through that solar plex. And you add all of that into the next emotional but ego definition of 3740, which comes under the 9 and the 16, forget it. You've got a community guaranteed to be focused on wanting to get together, busy mixing it up, and having their spirit filled. Fill my cup again. It's Thanksgiving. Have another plate. It's Thanksgiving. Take a nap afterwards. It's Thanksgiving. So all of that is fulfilled in here.
I also have some history for Thanksgiving because, of course, we have to add a little bit of historical context. The origins of Thanksgiving. The roots of Thanksgiving trace back to 1621 when English pilgrims in Plymouth Colony, Massachusetts, celebrated a successful harvest with a 3-day feast alongside the Wampanoag Native Americans. This event is often considered the first Thanksgiving, though earlier Thanksgivings occurred in Europe and North America, such as a 1578 ceremony by explorer Martin Frobisher. These were sporadic religious observances rather than an annual holiday, becoming a national holiday. In the 19th century, Thanksgiving was mostly a regional tradition in New England. Editor Sarah Josepha Hale launched a campaign in the 1820s to make it a national day, writing letters to presidents for decades. President Abraham Lincoln finally proclaimed it a federal holiday in 1863 during the Civil War to foster unity. Modern evolution. In 1839, President Franklin D. Roosevelt shifted to extend the holiday shopping season amid the Great Depression, sparking controversy. Congress resolved this in 1941, officially fixing it as the fourth Thursday in November. Today, it's a time for family gatherings, turkey dinners, parades, and football. It's a day to get together with friends and family and show your thanks and have some fun and, eat those specific Thanksgiving holiday foods of like, when do you have turkey and cranberries? It's pretty perfect. So it's a good time to get together and to have some fun and share our gratitude for one another and all the ways that we're blessed.
Yeah, I think the whole thing fits in, and it is a time to actually receive. This is the time to receive an amazing spirit. We spend a lot of time on Christmas, but this always seems to be a little more substantial somehow. Probably because
Yeah,
we feed each other.
yeah, it's different and there's I don't know, like a depth of it in a different way where Christmas can get kind of so lost in presents and sparkles, like you're kind of losing the reason for the season with Christmas a little bit. But with Thanksgiving, it's like you're
You can't
sharing
miss
food
it.
and you're getting together. But yeah, it's a different way of getting together. And it's also like the first cold weather season where it's kind of more bundly and you're also like sharing this big bountiful harvest. It's like a whole different kind of vibe to it. And yeah, like
Yep.
it ultimately like, yeah, it can be a bit gluttonous. You can eat too much in that, but ultimately you go back to what you're thankful for and expressing that. It's nice.
And serve the contemplative purpose of Gate 20 to have your gratitude in the now, the very last line of this. This all fits in nicely.
Yeah, I thought it was like a nice fun thing to continue our holiday series as we go through them all because I don't know why not. And like, oh, lo and behold, it actually makes sense. That's pretty cool. If you'd like to book a reading with either Danny or myself, check out this QR code above me or the link is down in the description box below. And you could use code AWAKEN to save 10% off. And we can talk about your design, help you get to know yourself a little bit better. And if you've been getting a lot out of our videos, you've been learning a whole lot, we have a QR code above if you'd like to donate and help support and encourage us in all we share. And thank you so much to everyone who's liking, subscribing, commenting, hanging out with us. We love having you and we will catch you next time.
Till the next time, everyone, much love.